And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat, and this is the Sacramento Report. My guest this segment is Treasurer Bill Lockyer. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks, Steve.
As we look forward to trying to balance California's budget, a key component in the governor's strategy is getting a tax increase in the polls in November. Sales tax, income tax on those earning $250,000 or more.
Correct.
It's hard to get a tax passed these days.
It is, you're right. And, you know, partly we're told, well, we have this big government and we just need to trim it. And while we should be efficient and use every dollar as well as we can, and there's too much waste, which it's hard to identify, but we still have the fourth or fifth thinnest state government in the United States. So like 45 states spend more per capita than we do, and people need to know that the governor so far has eliminated 30,000 permanent state jobs in his prior budget cuts. And if you ask about taxes, well, where do we rank compared to other states? There are 9 states that have higher corporation taxes than we do. There are 11 states that have sales taxes higher than California. And there are 33 states that have property taxes higher than California. So, you know, we all kind of wish, well, I'd like my taxes to be lower, but if you compare us in fair ways to other states, we're really not at the top, as is often claimed.
And it's also very interesting. I know a Public Policy Institute of California poll came out a while ago, and they asked people, you know, what do you value? And they do value higher education, yes, and K through 12 and spending on health care, and yet they don't value higher taxes.
Right. And of course, healthcare and education spending is the bulk of the budget. That's almost, after that
and
is
prisons,
and you pretty much run through it. So in prisons, it's kind of hard because they like, well, lock them up. We don't want them on the street, but then they don't want to pay for that.
But Republicans, especially those in the legislature who didn't even vote to allow this tax measure to go on the ballot, right, they always say, if you increase taxes on the job creators, there will be fewer jobs in California. Companies and CEOs will want to take their companies outside the state of California.
Yeah, well, we hear that, but the truth is the numbers coming in and out all around the country are kind of standard. We actually get more coming in than the national average, but still we want more, and we want as many jobs as we can get, and especially the high-end jobs that pay well. I hear this a lot about the new governor of New Jersey, and I saw a report today where New York and Maryland, same area, have more new jobs being created in Pennsylvania than they are in New Jersey, despite all of the rhetoric and the claims. So laying off school teachers isn't necessarily the best way to create jobs.
Let me ask one final question, because we're almost out of time. Every once in a while, there seems to be a run at Proposition 13.
Right.
And you can talk about a lot of our budget issues, go back to Proposition 13. Yeah. Is that sacrosanct?
I think so. Voters don't want to change that. It would have an adverse impact of some of the discussions on the business community and small business.
So-called split roll.
Yeah,
right?
And we just have to be careful with our business climate. So I think it's a settled matter as much as people argue about it. The car tax that Arnold eliminated probably would be a better way to try to get tax balances if you were looking for something in the property domain.
But getting voters to go along with that.
Hard.
Right. Bill Lockyer, State Treasurer, thank you very much for coming in and talking about these thorny issues. We appreciate it. And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. And if you want to see this interview and others, you can also go to YouTube and My Government on Demand.